going to do cylinders first, and then we're going to do cones. I don't know what day it was. Tuesday, we learned that the surface area for a prism is the lateral area plus 2 bases, and the lateral area is the perimeter times its height. Yeah? Okay. A cylinder is very, very similar to a prism. The only difference is that the base is not a polygon. It's a non-polygon because it's curved. It's circle. Since they're so similar in shape and the fact that they have 2 bases, they use the exact same formulas. So to find the surface area and lateral area of a cylinder, it's the same way you would do it for a prism. Got it? Okay, now flip your paper over. So you're on to the first example. Because there's not a first example on that first side. I hope not. So number 1 here says find lateral area and surface area of the cylinder. The radius is 3. It's hard to read because of the colored cylinder there. So at the top of your notes, put your 2 formulas. Lateral area is perimeter times height. Surface area is the lateral area plus 2 bases. B, P, H. Kendra, what's big B stand for? What about it? Since this is a cylinder, Kendra, what's the shape of the base? Good. How do you find the area of a circle? Try again. Good. Pi r squared. The radius is 3. So the area of our circles are 9 pi. Andrew, what's P stand for? What's the shape of my base? How do you find the perimeter of a circle? Good, you're using circumference. So 2 pi r, 2 pi times 3 gives us 6 pi. Ross, what's the height of my cylinder? Excellent. Remember, height doesn't always mean vertical. It's what's connecting your bases. So then our lateral area, perimeter, 6 pi times the height, 14. That would be 84 pi. Then our surface area is the lateral area, 84 pi, plus how many bases? 2 of them. So 2 times 9 pi is 18 pi, and then 18 pi's plus 84 pi's is 102 pi's. Units squared, units squared. Right, Spencer? Yeah, like apple pie? Blueberry pie? Apple pie? No? Oh, like the fancy ones from, yeah. I was thinking like Perkins, but, okay, try number 2. Okay, so the can of corn has a 6-inch diameter, and it's 8 inches tall. So big B, P, and H. Melissa, how do you find big B on a cylinder? So what do I have to use? Find the area of my base. Big B stands for what? What's the shape of the base? What's the shape of the base on a cylinder? You just said it a little bit ago. Good, so how do you find the area of a circle? Yep, pi r squared. Taylor, what's the radius? Good. So you want 9 pi there. Brian, what's P stand for? Yep, how do you find perimeter on a circle? Good, so 2 pi times 3, so you should have 6 pi, right? Yeah, and Gracie, what's the height? Good. So lateral area, perimeter, 6 pi times the height, 8. Give us 48 pi. And then surface area is the lateral area plus how many bases? So 8 and 18 pi plus 48. 66 pi square inches.
You don't have, okay, so you already do the surface area plus
You fixers. Yeah, it's 2 bases. I don't know what you did there. Did you multiply 48 and 18? Your surface area is where you screwed up.
Yeah, I know. I
Okay.
did do 2 bases. I can put 1.
But you also multiplied instead of added. Add them to it. Okay, the next one I'm going to change up a little bit. Okay, 3 says a company sells cornmeal and oatmeal in cylindrical containers. The diameter of the base of the 6-inch high cornmeal is 4 inches. So the cornmeal is 6 inches high and has a diameter of 4 inches. And then the oatmeal says the diameter of the 4-inch high oatmeal is 6 inches. So the diameter on the oatmeal is 6 inches and its height is 4 inches. Instead of finding which one has the greater surface area, I want you to tell me which one needs more paper for their label. No, I'm not. Well, think about my salt container, the label in green. Is it on my bases? No. So just find the lateral area. Yeah, it is. It's actually less work. All right, so for the label, you only need lateral area, which is perimeter times height. So on the cornmeal, perimeter is circumference, 2 pi r. What was our radius, 2? So that's 4 pi. And what was the height of the cornmeal? So then our lateral area, 4 pi times 6, 24 pi. For our oatmeal, perimeter, 2 pi times the radius, which was 3, so 6 pi. The height on this one's 4, so what's our lateral area? 24 pi. So they need the same amount of paper then because they have the same lateral area. One rectangle is like short and fat, and then the other one is taller and skinnier, but it's the same area on the inside. Yes, we have to do cones today because you have homework on cones. Are you good on cylinders? Okay, then flip it to your cones. A pyramid has 1 base and a cone has 1 base. Pyramids have polygon bases, so like squares, rectangles, triangles, pentagons, anything without curves. Cones have circle bases, but since they have the same base, number of bases, we use the same formula. So lateral area of a pyramid and cone is 1/2 perimeter times slant height. Surface area for pyramids and cones is lateral area plus how many bases? 1. So you're using the same formula for cones that you do pyramids, so I'm not teaching you any new formulas today. You just have to remember that now you're using area of a circle, pi r squared, and circumference to find your b and your p's. Your slant height on a cone is like that of a pyramid. Your slant height's going to be that slanted segment on the outside. This is your height, and then it's your radius that connects it over. So you may have to use your Pythagorean theorem on your homework today to find slant height. Go down 2/3 of the way down to number 1 and answer that one. Find the surface area of that cone. Lateral area and surface area. All right. Lateral area for a cone, 1/2 PL. Surface area is the lateral area plus 1 base. So big B, P, L. They give us the slant height. It's 4. I don't have to use your Pythagorean theorem. Gracie, how do I find P, the perimeter?
You do 2 pi.
Good. So did you get 4 pi? 3, how do I find big B? Good. Did you get 4 pi? Awesome. So then our lateral area, 1/2 4 pi times 4. You should have 8 pi. And then your surface area is the lateral area, 8 pi, plus how many bases? 1 base. And then this would give you 12 pi for a surface area. You're good on number 1? Okay, number 2. LeAnn uses paper cones to cover her plants in the early spring so they don't get hit by the frost and die. The paper cones have a diameter of 1 foot and a height of 1.5 feet. How much paper does she need for her cones? What would be the area of paper that is needed in her cone? Yeah. Even if it was paper? Not plastic. So that it doesn't get hit by the freeze.
Why don't you just bring them inside?
Why don't you bring it inside? Because sometimes you plant your tomato plants in the ground and you can't bring your tomato plant in the house. Your parents don't ever do that in the fall? Usually you do it in the fall?
No.
Your parents don't go and put like a sheet over the plants real quick in the night? They probably take them off before you even wake up then. You're full of it. You have strawberries? I don't like doing the Pythagorean theorem in decimals, so when I do this one, I change them to fractions. So 1.5 is 3 halves, 0.5, half. And I can do this in my head then without a calculator when they're as fractions. What does it mean to square something? Times it by itself. So 3 halves times 3 halves is what? 9/4, because 3 times 3 is 9 and 2 times 2 is 4. What's 1/2 times 1/2? Don't. 1/4. And then 9/4 plus 1/4 is how many fourths? 10/4, good. Then I have to take the square root. So we're looking at the square root of 10 over the square root of 4. Do you know what the square root of 10 is? Me neither. Do you know what the square root of 4 is?
2.
So then, as an exact answer, that would be the square root of 10 over 2. If you use the decimals, then you should have gotten the square root of 2.5, yes? Okay, pick one of those two to plug into your equation then. Lateral area, 1/2 the perimeter, pi, times the slant height, square root 10 over 2. As an exact answer, that would be pi square root 10 over 4. And then when you throw it in the calculator, you get about 2.5, correct? Yes? Say yes. Okay. All right, questions on cones? Cool.